What's up guys, Sal here. So in September 2020, Apple shocked everyone when they announced that they would stop including a charging brick as well as the earphones from the box with the iPhone 12 models. Samsung first mocked Apple for this, but later with the Galaxy S21 also stopped including the charger and earphones from the in-box accessories. Protecting the environment is the official reason Apple gave to not include these essential accessories in the box. Since Apple wasn't producing or shipping any new chargers with each new iPhone, carbon emissions by the company were reduced. To be specific, by reducing the size of the boxes that the phone comes in, 70% more devices could fit in on a shipping pallet. Samsung also said almost all of us have spare chargers already, so they have decided to stop including one with their new phones. Of course, any sane person would say,
"This is bull."
But surprisingly, many people bought this narrative from Samsung and Apple. Look, I'm not saying it isn't environmental friendly, it is, but that's not the reason they did it. This whole thing is primarily driven by money, something we've been saying from the get-go, and today we have data to back it up. The Daily Mall has computed that Apple has shipped 190 million iPhones since iPhone 12, and Apple is saving the equivalence of $35 for each iPhone it sells according to some analysts. Adding it up comes to a massive $6.5 billion that Apple saved in just 1.5 years.
Damn!
Yes, $6.5 billion was saved with little to no work. We don't know how much Samsung has made, but I'm sure it's in billions as well. And I'm not adding the amount Apple customers were forced to spend $19 for a 20-watt charger and another $19 to replace the AirPods. If you add that, the number goes way higher. Basically, Samsung and Apple fooled people into thinking they did it to save the planet, but in fact they did it to make more money. With that said, Samsung has finally started issuing official firmware updates that will speed up your games on the Galaxy S22 lineup. The update, currently being rolled out in South Korea and Europe, will give you an option to turn the game optimization service off, which will enhance the gaming experience, but in turn will draw more power and generate excessive heat. To turn it off, go to the game launcher, then game booster, go to labs, and then you turn this toggle on which mentions alternate game performance management. Turning this on will effectively disable GOS. If you got the latest update, then it's worth checking this out and seeing how much of a difference you see in performance, battery life and thermals. But in my opinion, you should keep it off because this will only increase the performance for the first 3 or 4 minutes, after which the phone starts generating excessive heat and begins to throttle and in turn consume more battery. Anyway, in addition to all the game optimization stuff, the update will also allow third-party apps to bypass GOS optimization, and the update also optimizes camera performance. Of course, with that being said, let me know what you think about this down in the comments, and as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.